All right, now step 2. This is where you actually get into deciding what it is you're going to do for your summative. So you've done your pre-work, list of problems, thought through your skills and preferences. Now you're going to choose, we're going to do a GRASPS assignment. So the real world goal is to demonstrate and share a specific example of our statement of inquiry. Problems are connected to systems that can be changed to provide solutions that are more equitable. You're going to choose a real world role. Boy, that's hard to say. And so there's a list there. If you can come up with a different role that you might take on, tell me about it. Student school board representative, student leader. That might be leading a WIN session, leading a club, just being a leader in the classroom, being an avid. You might be a reporter for the school paper. Yes, I know we don't currently have a school paper at North Junior High. They do have one at the high school, and we could create one for the purposes of this assignment. A WIN session organizer. That's a real thing you could do. You could talk to me. We can put together a WIN session. I'll be the faculty advisor. You're going to be the leader of the WIN session. Totally something you could actually do in the real world. Or a social media manager. That might be a role that you take on in a club or organization or action that you're planning with other students. Real world audience. This should be connected to your role. So if you're a student school board representative, your audience might be the school board. You're talking to other school board people. It might also be parents and any principals who show up at the school board meeting. Your real world audience might be you might set up a lunch meeting with the principal. You might ask to come and talk to a group of teachers. You might decide to lead a WIN session or present in front of a civics classes or set up a table during lunches to talk to other students. That would be other Hopkins students. You could go to the school board meeting as a student in Hopkins schools and put in a comment for the open comment part of the meeting. So you could go talk to the school board. You could ask to talk to a parent group. You could go out and meet with community organizations. So Resource West or a business in the Hopkins community that you want to go talk to. So you're going to pick a real world audience that you're going to talk to. So in our imaginary one, I've said like, I want to be a student leader and my audience is other students and I'm going to run a WIN session maybe. Here's the real world situation. And this is for everybody's assignment. This is not actually happening yet, but it may be happening in the future. And if it does, you will be prepared. The superintendent and members of our Hopkins community, the board, the business leaders, and families is holding a 2-day event called Hopkins Vision 2031, where they will be hearing from Hopkins students about problems in our school system and considering proposed changes that would help us move toward Vision 2031 and our core value of vigilant equity. 2 days, like public event, we all have a chance to sign up to go and speak to whatever audience we want to. So you could say, I want to go speak at this event, and my session is mostly open to other students. You might say, I want to go speak at this event, and there's a session where students can come and speak to the board, and I'm going to sign up for that session. There might be sessions where the audience is primarily teachers and students are signing up to present to teachers. You might say, I want to create artwork that's going to be in the hallways. There's going to be a gallery at this event, and I'm going to put up artwork with an artist statement, and my art is going to somehow be connected to this statement of inquiry. It's going to be a representation of the change I think our district needs to make. So that's the scenario. You're going to decide, as in my role with the audience I want to talk to, how do I want to participate in this event in Hopkins? And then what is your real world performance or product going to be? So again, you already thought about that in your pre-planning. You thought about, what are my skills and preferences? I want to create a piece of art. I want to present a spoken word piece. I want to lead a discussion. You're going to go back to that form and pull down that real world performance or product. And then everybody's going to be assessed on criterion A, B, C, and D. So I'm going to be looking at different parts. I'll be looking at these planning documents for your criterion B work. I'm going to be looking at your use of language like problem systems, change solutions, and use of evidence for criterion A. For C, I'm going to be looking at, do you present something that is appropriate for your audience? Do you use enough detail and evidence for the audience to be able to understand what you're saying? And then there'll be a reflection and evaluation document at the end that you fill out and say, how well did I use my knowledge and skills? What do I feel like were my strengths of my presentation? What would I do differently next time? And that's going to be your criterion D. That's it. Have fun with